Dr. Pradeep Sethi from Eugenics Hair Sciences, Delhi and Mumbai. So I'm just going to talk to a friend, very dear friend, who is with us for last 1 week. He is Isav, and basically otherwise from Dubai, and he had a home in Chennai as well. So I'll be asking a few questions because he is typically a person who has done a lot of research on hair restoration, and he had a lot of doubts, and he had his share of extensive research, and which would help potentially prospective new patients. So Rishabh, can you just give the background of your hair restoration journey, how when you started and how it went?
Okay, so thanks for having me here, Dr. Pradeep. First of all, it's been a great, 1 week that I stayed with you. Felt really nice. So yeah, my name is Rishabh and I'm 25 years old. I started facing hair loss since the age of 19 or 20, and obviously that took a really great hit on my confidence and the way I felt about myself and the focus on my work and studies. And since then, I've been researching about hair loss. Obviously, like any other patient or like any other human being, I started looking out for the natural results at natural remedies at first. Applying oil and all those things. And as and when the time went, I got hold of one thing that natural remedies cannot prove to be a great thing. They cannot give you great results. So then I thought I need to start taking some medications and stuff, and after researching and meeting a few doctors, I understood that minoxidil and finasteride, these are the only two US FDA approved medicines which are available over the counter in US as well, are the only approved medicines and are the only proven ones which can, be effective for your hair loss. So then I started taking finasteride and minoxidil, and I've been on them for last 4 years now, approximately. I've been taking them very religiously. I try not to miss them, and that has shown results to quite an extent. Not results exactly, but to control my hair loss. If not, I would have been even more bolder than what I am right now. So yeah, those things have helped me a lot. Now coming to the hair transplant and the decision to do the hair transplant, I thought about this a couple of years back, since I knew that no matter what kind of medications I take, the baldness is going to take all over my scalp, and I knew that some day or the other I need to take a plunge and go ahead with a hair restoration. Though not when I started researching about it and started talking to doctors all over the world. I've spoken to doctors in India, I've spoken to doctors in US, Canada, London, everywhere, and I started visiting some forums like Hair Transplant Network and stuff, and I used to look at every result, talk to every doctors myself, and that gave me a great amount of knowledge since my research was based over a span of 2 years. And one thing that I've learned about this industry is that out of 100 doctors, 90 of them are there just to empty your pockets, take your money, and just leave you away. Even in India, even in US, everywhere. So it took a great amount of deal to finalize a doctor, trust someone, because this is a very personal thing for me. Hair loss was a really personal thing for me, looking at my age and stuff. So I did a lot of research and spoke to many doctors, spoke to many patients as well, and that's how I took the decision to go ahead with the hair transplant with you, sir.
So I remember you came to us some 2 years ago, and clearly I remember in Mumbai I said, please go ahead with the medications, and you are not at the stage of doing hair restoration. So from there, 2 years, how you spent these 2 years? You started losing more hair, or when you really took the decision that you will go ahead with a transplant? I can't wait for any further.
So what happened was 2 years back, as you know, doctor, since you had seen me there in Mumbai, my hair loss was not that much. It was really manageable. And but then the kind of lifestyle I had, which obviously plays a very vital role in maintaining your hair. I was in Dubai as well, so the work pressure and everything. So then I was on medication. I was on finasteride and minoxidil both. But then the kind of lifestyle I had there, the sleep issues and the stress and everything, that took a really bad toll on my hair for last 1 year. And this year when I came back to India is when I finally realized that now's the time I think I need to go for a procedure, since now I'm going to be in India. So yeah, that's how I decided that I need to now go ahead with the procedure.
And you are telling me something about during lockdown you saw some videos and
Yeah. How did I choose you as my doctor? Since I'm someone who will never do anything without a research. Let it be. This is a great deal for me. Leave this alone. Even while buying a small laptop, I will do great extensive research. So this is a really personal thing for me and a really huge step for me. So how did I choose you was during lockdown. I saw that obviously I've been following many doctors throughout the world. What I saw, one thing was you were doing a lot of YouTube lives. It's not easy to do YouTube live when you know that patients from all over the world are going to shoot questions at you, random questions. So one thing what I believe is any person, any doctor who's really knowledgeable is the one who has the courage to take up those kinds of YouTube lives. If not, it's not possible at all. I have not seen any doctor doing that. And the other videos which you posted, like, I saw a few videos like, talking about the temples and talking about what kind of grafts should be used for the hairline. And, that's when I felt that this clinic, Dr. Pradeep Sethi and Dr. Harika Bansal are really genuine people. They know their stuff. They know what are they into. And more than that, they're not just doctors, but they also are, trying to create awareness about a few things, awareness and spreading knowledge among people like me. So yeah, that was a great thing for me, and that's when my confidence level on you guys, on Eugenics, jumped at least 2 or 3 times more, because I was really blown away. I've always been a silent observer. I've never asked you questions on YouTube live, but I've seen you taking almost each and every questions from any person throughout the world. There were so many thousands of followers were there, thousands of viewers were there who were asking you questions, and you gave, I think YouTube live used to take place for 2 or 3 hours at a stretch, and you used to do that without even getting irritated or without getting tired, because that's your passion. And that's what I saw in you and Dr. Harika Bansal, that even though you were tired sitting in one place for 2 or 3 hours, you were taking all the questions, you were giving them very genuinely, you were answering very patiently. So that made me confident that yes, not many doctors in the world do this. I've spoken to so many doctors. They're really arrogant. Yeah, obviously, the kind of fame they have, they must be arrogant. But what you do is really different from what other doctors have done in terms of spreading knowledge and creating awareness for people like me who are really tensed. So yeah, that was one thing, about the YouTube live sessions.
So Rishabh, now tell me, you did all your global research, like you had the option of going to USA, Dubai, of course, then UK, all over, because you wanted to have the best. So what, like, of course you came to us and got it done. We are grateful for your trust. But what you believe things that in other places like USA and Turkey that attracts people, or what are the things which really made you not go there? It is not, the city does not do a strategy, the country does not do a strategy, it is the particular clinic, and there are great doctors all over the world, great clinics all over the world, and of course mediocre clinics all over the world also. And Indians travel outside, a lot of Caucasians, they come to us. So what is the parameter upon which a patient should choose his clinic or choose his doctor, so according to you, so that other patients also can take a cue from you?
As a patient myself, and one thing what I used to look at is not the good sides of a doctor. I used to find the flaws in that clinic. I used to find the bad results in that clinic. I used to find the flaws in the doctor himself. So instead of telling you, your question is the parameters, I will tell you what are the parameters you should not look at. Firstly, instead of telling you what are the parameters you should look at, two most mistakes which most of the patients do is: 1, looking just at the results shown by the doctor; 2, looking at the price. I think this is the worst thing you can do for yourself. I always say this, that hair restoration is about a self-confidence in you. You're not going to die if you don't have hair. But it's about one's belief in himself, one's confidence, restoring your faith in yourself. So I feel that money, the money part should be the last thing on your mind. Because say for example, Dr. Pradeep is charging me X amount of money. Another doctor can charge me just 20% of that money, but I will never look at the price and go to that doctor, since even though I'm saving 80% of the money. I'm never going to do that. That's the worst thing you can do for yourself. You should always look at, now coming to the parameters you should look at, the knowledge of the doctor. Since again coming back to your last question, the knowledge of the doctor, the knowledge of the clinic, I feel that's the biggest thing you can look at. There be any doctor, yeah, obviously results are there. You can talk to patients. There are so many forums like Hair Restoration Network and Hair Transplant Network are there. You can look at those results as well, once posted by the patients. But then for me, even that took a back seat when I saw the knowledge Dr. Pradeep and Dr. Arika Bansal shared with the world. And I see you guys are creating many more videos, which I don't think you should even be doing it. It's not your work. It's not compulsory to post knowledgeable videos for the world to see. All you need to do is give out results, which you guys are actually doing it. So for you to spread knowledge and create awareness is a very big and very noble thing that you guys are doing as a doctor, which I don't think any doctor is doing. And why should a doctor do? For example, there's a cancer doctor, why would he come and give out videos or spread knowledge that how can you prevent so and so thing, what are the things you need to look at? His job should be to save the patient, which he's doing really well, and your job is to get the hair back, and which you're doing perfectly well. So knowledge is the first parameter and very important parameter for me when you select a doctor. How is his knowledge? Those tiny details like what kind of hairline are you going to choose, what kind of grafts are you going to place, what kind of how the slit's going to be made, and all the equipments they're going to use. This is again all about faith. When you talk to the doctor, you should get that feeling from within that yes, he's the right one, and that is what I got when I spoke to Dr. Pradeep. So yeah, and the two things which you should not do is look at the money and just the results. Yeah, results are important. Look at the results from the patients, talk to the patients, but only the results, and the money part is the worst thing you guys can do.
Okay, great. So I'm sure this is going to help a lot of prospective patients. So Rishabh, now coming to your experience so far, you have stayed with us for 7 days. So what has been your experience so far? Like we have been talking about your marriage and all, so so whether you're going to that marriage part we will keep definitely we have promised that we will arrange a bride for you. So your experience with us for 7 days.
Okay, so guys, first of all, I'm not saying this because Dr. Pradeep is here. Again, I've been telling them this on his, from very first day that when it comes to the results, I will thank him only after I see my results myself. That's all. Now coming to the stay and the hospitality these guys have shown, trust me, this is not a clinic. I have felt like this is my home, and I'm not just saying for the sake of it. From the day of my arrival, getting picked up from airport, reaching the clinic, getting taken care of. On the day of procedure, I reached here a day before my procedure, and I was so stressed out. I did not sleep a night before properly, and I was really tensed, since I know that I've done a lot of research and my research is like really good, but then it's not a small thing to get done. I felt that it's a big plunge that I've taken. So when they checked my BP and stuff, that had shooted up really high. But then the way Dr. Arika took care of me, she gave me a few medicines, and she instantly created a WhatsApp group to, she told me that don't worry, this is a very normal cosmetic, this is not even a procedure, this is a very cosmetic thing, don't worry, aise ho jayega. Matlab, it was really a piece of cake. And that night I've slept really well, since I understood one thing, that I'm in a really good hands, good pair of hands, Dr. Arika Bansal and Dr. Pradeep Sethi. And so then the next day was my procedure. The minute I lay down on my, the OT room, the chair, I don't know how, but I forgot all my stress, because the way Dr. Pradeep greeted me, it was like a friend, nothing less than a friend. And there were, the other team was also there. Mr. Anil was there. He made me feel really comfortable. Whatever I requested him, for example, I wanted to watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hotstar. I troubled them a lot actually by going on changing things and stuff. But the experience has been fantastic. So after the procedure, I've been staying here. Today is my 7th day, and I'm gonna stay here for another 3 days. Till now, I felt like this is my home. Dr. Pradeep has been like, he has treated me like his own child. Let it be food or let it be anything. It's been really fantastic. I've not actually missed home until now. And Dr. Pradeep, I would request you that, whenever you fly down to Chennai, and even my dad has told you, you need to come visit my dad and meet my parents as well.
Yeah, I will only come to Chennai if I can arrange a bride for you. So only after that I will come to Chennai. No, great, Rishabh. It has been, as I said, nowadays I pick and choose my patients, like with whom I feel connected. Like when I feel somebody has really done the research and you have the respect for the work we do and the quality of work we do. And of course, there are some people who cannot understand that, but we try to educate them so that they come to a point when they understand the quality. This is a cosmetic thing. And if they don't understand the quality, then as an artist I don't feel the kick to kind of thing. So we have other doctors, other team who are like trained by us, so they do. And I also need kick. I also need reciprocation. The only money which drives me, it is the appreciation that kicks me. And so in your case, like, it was a little bit challenging for sure. That the hair was a little bit kind of thing, and it is the both left right, it is asymmetrical. So I said this is the masterpiece because naturally it is asymmetric. So it is it really gave me kick to do, and I feel it is one of the best that I have done so far in my career, and you will have a great result. It is mutual in terms of your trust has induced the best out of us, and that has got. And I'm sure, like as you're saying, you'll be only happy after seeing the results. And now you are like 7-8 months away, far away from the result. That I'm pretty sure what is going to happen after 7 days. You have taken great care for 7 days, no damage, nothing. Everything the way you have dreamt, it has gone.